Hey, it's Denise, and I'm going to unbox my Aerogarden Harvest 360. I got it actually a couple weeks ago, and I just have not had the time to get around to it. Just for comparison, I have a couple of my other Aerogardens here, just so you can get an idea of what it looks like size-wise. It's going to be the same amount of height and as spaces as the standard Harvest, which is 6, trying to do this one-handed, 6 spots for plants and 12 inches between as high as you can raise the lights. And if you're not familiar with Aerogardens, they all might have slightly different ways depending on how big they are, but basically when you're starting your seeds, you would have the lights down, and then as your plants get bigger, you raise them up. Now, so this is a Harvest, which they should be the same height as. And just quickly move this over for a second. Again, just for comparison. Now, if you look on the website, the Bounty family has been updated a little bit. Now, this was a Bounty Elite. I own 2 of these. I noticed on the website that the display area, the front the design's been changed. There's still 9 spaces for plants, and this goes up to 2 feet, 24 inches, so you can do some taller plants in this. I have 2 of these, and I would say they're the ones I use the most. Right now I have some of mine cleaned out because I'm going to be packing them up to move them to a friend's house. So, I also, if you've seen, I did a video on the Aerogarden Farm XL, which is it's got like a larger frame. It's got 2 12 plant basins that sit side by side, and it's got, the lights go up 3 feet. And there's a light over each, a light panel, like a flat light panel, that's suspended on chains over each base, and they can be raised or lowered independently depending on the size plants you have growing. That's out in the hall, and it's way too big for me to move, so there's no way I could bring it in. So I'm just going to pop this open. So as you can tell by the fact that I have so many of them, I am a big fan of Aerogardens. I'm going to tell you the only thing I'm not thrilled with sometimes is I do find that a lot of their seeds, their prepackaged seeds, I've had not the greatest germination rates. So the gardens themselves I love, but I tend to end up using my own seeds. And then buying like the refill packs as far as the little packages, little cup things, and the little peat moss. Okay, so in the box we've got our seeds. It comes with, let's see, it comes with, no, this isn't the seeds. Okay, maybe this is, okay, this is the seed starting tray, grow sponges, and plant food inside this box. Now, this should be the garden. And I can get the big cardboard box out of the way. If I can have it upside down. Cardboard box. Behind us. this, and then you can see this better. So here is the 360. It looks like it wants to open this way, so we're going to turn it around and open it. This is just the packing slip saying that there's a 360. The color I picked is called Coral. They give you a 6-pod gourmet herb seed kit and the seed starting system that I just showed you the box of. So let's get to it. Like all of them, it comes with like a setup guide, and this also looks like it has, it's got some gardening tips on, how to use it, which believe me, it's helpful. Like if you're getting your first Aerogarden, or if you've never done any sort of hydroponic gardening, it is helpful that they give you some extra information. They really do seem to want you to have success, and this is cute. I don't remember getting this before, but it's recipes for using some of the things that you could grow in an Aerogarden this size, which that's pretty cool. Okay, now here we go. Let me show you how to have it. They have it very carefully packaged inside. And here we have the seeds. So this is the gourmet herbs. I'm trying to get so you're not getting so much glare there. There we go, the gourmet herbs. So 6 plants. This is how they come. The pre-seeded pods come in those. You can see the green paper on the top. I wonder, this is just a thought, I wonder if the lower germination rate with their seed pods, I'm wondering sometimes, like, do the seeds fall out if they get shaken around too much? Because I had gotten a custom, it's either 7 or 9 pack of flower seeds from them, and out of all of them, only 1 germinated. So that was pretty disappointing. Although I have had some amazing results with their cherry tomatoes, which their cherry tomatoes are the most compact, short, bushy cherry tomato plants I've ever grown, and they are extremely productive. In fact, I just started one in my other garden this size that I have downstairs on the kitchen counter. It's tiny. It's a little seedling at this point, but I was like, you know what? It's winter. Right. The only other plant I had in there, I had started some flowers. Like I said, I bought a pack of flowers, and I have all of them. And at first I started. Well, I just dropped something. I dropped the power adapter, the cord and the plug, and I'm just trying to get the packing material off it so I can get a good look at it. The coral, on the website, it was hard to tell really. At first I just thought it was red, but everybody's computer is different. Excuse me. Just wouldn't be able to show you what I dropped. So it does come with the power cord. It was in the box. I just dropped it. So that comes with it. Now, looking at it in person, it is, I would say coral is an accurate name. It's reddish, but it's definitely got that slight peachy, orangey, whatever tone you want to call it, that makes something coral instead of red. So if you're looking at it on the website and thinking it looks red and wondering why they're calling it coral, in person, it's not a true red. It is true to the name. It is a coral color. So here it is. obviously they pack it with the lights in the lowest position. This one, like I think all of the anything in the Harvest series goes up to 12 inches. Would be the height that you're gonna get. Did I do it all the way? I think I did. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, there it is. I was gonna say it looks shorter than my other one. Now you can see that they're the same height. So this is a 6 also, and I just like the kind of round design that it's pleasing from any angle, and I think it's going to be great like on an end table. Now, when you decide which Aerogarden, if you decide to get one, like I said, I love them. I wouldn't own so many if I didn't. This makes my, let's see, 2, 3. This is my 6th Aerogarden. So obviously I like them, or I wouldn't have so many. I do like I like having some of the taller ones because I do like being able to grow the larger plants. But these small ones are good, especially if you have a limited area, space to put them. I'm happy with the fact that they're making the design of them more decorative. Like, for example, this one, which I love and have used repeatedly, it's not decorative. It's very functional, it's very easy to use, but it's not particularly decorative. Whereas I think this one is something that is going to be less obtrusive looking in, like, say, a living room or dining room on a table, because it's just nicer looking. The thing itself, it's a little more decorative looking. So you can see if you're familiar with Aerogardens, the controls are kind of the same. They keep it really simple. It lets you know when it needs water. The little water dot there, water drop, I should say, it turns blue, when everything is good and there's enough water in there. And if the water starts to get low, it would turn red to let you know you needed to add water. And as you add the water, once you've added enough, in its opinion, the light will turn back to blue to let you know you're good. The nutrients reminds you every so often that you need to add the plant food, and so it'll turn red when it needs plant food, and when you add your plant food, you just push it, which will reset it to green so that it knows to start counting down again when it needs plant food. And the other one, the last one over here that looks like a little kind of sunshine, I'm trying to get it, is your lights. And now on this one, the larger one, and the farm, you set the timer for your lights, like how many hours, I think 16 hours a day they have the lights, and you set the time that you want them to start. So you do have a little more control with the larger, more expensive gardens. I'm going to have to look, but I believe the smaller ones, it's more like lights on, lights off. But so that's, they keep the controls really simple to use. Again, I'm trying not to get you glare. There you go. So you can see them. And just looking for the spot in the back. There we go, which will be where you would plug in your power cord. So just wanted to show you that for comparison. Like I said, I do like that they're making them more decorative. Not that the other ones aren't totally useful and that I don't have, haven't had really great results with them, because I have, but I just find that, they look very utilitarian on your counter. They don't look necessarily decorative. So when I saw this one, especially that they offer it in a variety of colors, I definitely wanted to give one a try. And again, my opinion is these are probably the easiest to use hydroponic gardens out there. And you just, between using them, when you finish up whatever plants you're doing, you just want to take it apart and clean out, because a lot of times the roots will start growing around like your water pump on the inside, and so you just want to make sure you clean that out thoroughly before you start a new garden, and that's with any of them. But especially the ones where you're growing larger plants, like the tomato plants will grow a lot of roots. So yeah, that's really, as far as the maintenance of it goes, you can use them over and over and over and over, but I strongly suggest that you do give it a good cleaning out between uses if you want to get the best results and not clog up your water pump, because it can't water your little individual plants if the water pump isn't working. And if you've never seen its insides, I'm going to assume this one's going to look a lot like the insides of the other ones. If you, on the inside, you have a water pump. That it comes out here. The little cord for it comes out here. So you have your water pump at the bottom, and then what you have here, the tray. When you're looking at it from this angle, you can see that each little pod has where that little, try to get closer, that little spout sticking out of each one is where the water pump is going to drip the water down onto your plant. So once your plant has full roots, it's just going to reach into the water. But it's really important, especially at the beginning when your seeds are still just contained within the little peat moss sponge. You want to make sure that all of these are dripping. And if your water level starts to get too low, your pump may not be able to get water dripping into each plant. And like I said, if they're already big and have roots, reaching into the water, that's not really a big deal. But when you're starting out new plants, you want to make sure you see every one of these, that water is running through it before you put your plants in. Like when you're setting it up, you want to just double check that the pump is getting water to each plant, or else they're gonna be sitting there above a, like they say, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Well, that's what it's like if those little spouts get clogged while your seedlings are still counting on their water coming from, above, being dripped directly into the grow sponges. So that's it. That's my newest Aerogarden, and one of their newer models. Just wanted to share that with you so that you can sort of compare it to the other ones if you're thinking about getting one. And definitely check out the Aerogarden website, which is simply aerogarden.com. Right now they are running some bundle deals. I think it's kind of leftover from the holidays still, but they are definitely doing some deals where you're, getting like 2 gardens for the price of 1, or getting 3 gardens and at a greatly discounted price compared to buying them separately. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out the website soon. And I hope this was informative, and feel free to ask me any questions. And thank you for watching. Enjoy your gardening and have a great day.